Hi Sagittarius, welcome to I'm Destiny Calling Tarot and welcome to your weekly reading. This reading is going to cover the time frame of February the 16th through February 22nd. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to select the Energy Oracle card, which is going to provide us with the overall energies here in this reading today. And we'll be using... I have a fortune cookie deck. Isn't that awesome? Take a look at these cards, you guys. Aren't they beautiful? I just think they're gorgeous. And they have really good messages on them as well. They're pretty small in size. They're the size of your hand. And I was really called to use these for you today, and it has nothing to do with the fact that they showed up in the mail. Honest. No, really. Let's get started with the reading. All right, so this is a general reading for Sagittarius. It is going to be general for the collective Sagittarius. So where it is so general, if the messages aren't resonating with you, don't try to force them. It simply means those particular messages weren't meant for you, and that's okay. Dates as well are really just general guidelines here in the reading, mostly to allow me to know from week to week when I'm posting. So if you notice things resonate a few days, weeks before and after, that's perfectly normal. Keep that in mind as well. Okay, take a deep breath. Let out all of the negative energies. Another deep breath to bring in the positive vibes. Spirit, what message would you like to have come forward for Sagittarius? And this is going to be for the time frame of February the 16th through February 22nd. What message would you like to have come forward for Sagittarius? Normally, when I am shuffling and it takes longer than normal for the card to come out, it usually indicates some overthinking on your part. I'm going to go with the first card out here. So it could be one of two things. It definitely could be this is the very first time that I've used these cards. Not likely, but possible. But like I say, there is also a very likelihood that you are maybe overthinking a little bit about some situation in particular at this time. So the card says communication. A reunion could bring love or a rekindling of friendships. A lucky win seems likely. So overall message here for you is communication. And luckily you are very good at communication. All right, so we're going to get clarifying details. Spirit, what messages would you like to have come forward at this time for Sagittarius? I don't know how to say this in a way that doesn't seem offensive, and I don't really mean to say it offensive. Sometimes I can be quite blunt, but I don't try to be. But your energy seems almost like you're in a goofy mood. I don't know how to explain it otherwise. It's just like a goofy sense of humor, just generally just feeling like a goofball. That's the energies. Nothing wrong with that. All right. Spirit, what messages can you send forward at this time for Sagittarius? And maybe that is the form of communication that you will be partaking in and connecting with someone, and really just having kind of a fun-loving energy. All right. Let's take a look at these cards. So the first card up we have is Page of Wands. Yeah, so with the overall energies here in the reading, very much relating to communication. I'm not going to say it's a love reading. I'm not going to say it's not a love reading. It could very well be you connecting with, friends from school back in the day, goofed off, kind of reconnecting on that same level again. Who knows? Maybe they have a single friend who you end up connecting with. But overall, it's not focusing here on romantic. It's more or less just socializing and just really hanging out, okay? With no expectations whatsoever. All right, so when I see this Page of Wands come out, I'm really seeing that there's good news on the way for you. I am seeing that you very much are looking towards new adventures at this time. So you're seeking out outside of the box is the best way to explain it. You have a lot of enthusiasm at this time for different ideas. So likely looking for like-minded people in that same energy at this time. All right, next card we have is the Page of Pentacles. Oh no, sorry, it's the Ace of Pentacles. So this is definite you automatically have an air of stability here. It's almost as though you don't have any care. You don't have any serious worries. So you're really just in that fun, loving place. At this time, you are in a stable place financially. Things tend to be looking brighter than they have. Some of you, I do feel, have recently had a new sense of clarity as to how you want to somewhat reinvent your life. So what I mean by that is your 2020 appears to be, you are going to be quite busy and hectic for the last 6 months of the year. And it's almost as though the first few months of the year are a quiet downtime. Really you regrouping, really you just being laid back, chill, kind of doing your thing day to day. But I do feel you're coming into a planning period where you're going to start planning. And this planning is really going to kick off the last 6 months of the year where you're going to be busy. That's when action actually is taking place. So your goals, I guess you could say, they're pretty up in the air as far as goals and things that you would like to set forth for yourself. I am seeing you creating something which is going to bring you an additional source of income or higher income. And that's what your last 6 months of the year focus will be. And I think it's something that you're creatively working on, something that you enjoy doing, and it's a passion for you. I very much sense that it is going to be something that is going to require partnerships in some way. So you may be actually, not consciously, but subconsciously, you may be seeking those people out at this time. So really just feeling out the vibes, seeing if you connect on that level. And if you have like-minded people at this time, that gradually you can work towards working together as far as money-making matters go. Definite, and I think the overall energies did say a lucky win seems likely. Now that could definitely come into finances, but the lucky win, if you ask me, especially as far as communication goes, the lucky win could be you really hit the jackpot with somebody who you connect with, right? That is just as valuable on so many levels. So it really does depend on your personal situation, of course. Now, the next card was upside down. I don't generally do reversals unless I'm doing a personal reading. 3 of Cups is the next card. So this is you attending some celebrations during this time frame. Wanting and feeling the need to be social, feeling like you very much want and need to have some fun. You're pretty much open at this time. You are feeling like it's time to develop yourself in different areas of your life other than just work, right? You're concerned that maybe you're not having a proper work-life balance, so your personal life is just taking, the back burner, and at this time you're very conscious of that and making that extra effort in your personal life to, attend celebrations and events. More so be very carefree with your personal time and a little bit more spontaneous than usual. Yeah, this is you enjoying your community. And this is definite friendships here. So if you have a circle of friends that you're currently involved with, it could definitely be new friendships that are forming here. And interestingly enough, this is also symbolic of common goals. So you could, like I said, meet those like-minded people who you're really vibing with and noticing that you click on many different levels, and you definitely could see yourself working together in the future. I'm very much sensing this card here. It's coming out to tell you that you are very much coming into a new phase in your life. So there's a really strong energy here, and it does signify that you're approaching a new phase in your life. Not immediately. This is, like I said, the last 6 months of your year are going to be busy, hectic. You're going to be accomplishing a lot. You're going to be everywhere, doing everything with everyone. And I do feel at this time, a lot of your communication is on a subconscious level actually preparing for that, believe it or not. Right, and you have the Death card up next, which also symbolizes, of course, you're going to have some change for sure. So very likely here that you are going to go through some major changes. It's not in the immediate future, like I say, but it is the ending of a phase or a life cycle. It's just really something in your life where you feel that it has served its purpose, right? So you've come full circle with it, and it's time to kind of jump on board with some new fantastic idea that is inspiring you and something that you are quite passionate about, something that makes you want to get out of bed every day. Is really what I'm getting. This can be symbolic as well of a delayed period or a waiting period. So that's what I'm somewhat sensing here, especially where I said not immediate changes, really things happening more or less on a subconscious level right now. And like I say, likely the last 6 months of the year is really when that's going to kick in for you. Yeah, and if some of you are actually, I'm kind of sensing that is a group of you who likely had the New Year's resolutions that you were hoping for yourself to make yourself feel healthier. You were looking to live a better lifestyle in some way. And now that the month of January has passed and we're well into February, it might be somewhat of a struggle at this point to keep that up or maintain that. But this card is here to remind you, if you're even just taking one bad habit and replacing it with something good, you can count that as a win. Really important message for some of you. All right, and the last card here in your reading is King of Swords. So in this particular reading, guys, make sure you guys can see. This generally is going to be someone who has a lot of reason over instinct. Somebody in general who has a lot of intellect over passion. This is somebody who could possibly be a successful negotiator. This is somebody who follows the rules. So again, this is very much coming out here in your reading as a really big reminder for some of you to have that balance between mental and emotional considerations at this time. Also, some of you very much need to hear that it is your it's in your best interest at this time for you to speak your mind and speak your mind with confidence. This definitely can provide a sense of maybe aggressiveness. So it might not be so hard for you to speak your mind with confidence. And if that is the case, make sure that you're doing it assertively and not aggressively. Remember, this is a calm, relaxing time. It's not it's not an episode of drama by any means. So you kind of want to just steer clear of that. So I'm really getting this card as, like I say, two things: the balance of mental and emotional considerations here, and also as the think before I act type of reminder in your specific situations. All right, so that is the end of your reading, Sagittarius. I am going to go ahead and select an inspirational message. Spirit, please provide one additional message for Sagittarius. And this is the time frame of February the 16th through February 22nd. One additional message, please, for Sagittarius. Hey, this is definitely not... That was me being clumsy with the cards. Spirit, please provide one additional message for our Sagittarius friends at this time. See, I think that's the goofy energy that's just kind of coming out. And it's quite different for me to be channeling this energy because I'm a Taurus, and for me it's so different. It almost feels, to be honest with you, when I do so many different readings, and I do joke around about this sometimes, but sometimes it's more or less, it feels like it's my reality sometimes. I kind of feel like I might have multiple personalities, right? Because I'm channeling all of these different signs, and it's not authentically always my personality. But I think it's very interesting to be able to have the experience of what others are feeling and sensing. Also can be somewhat of a hindrance sometimes because you feel everything. Spirit, please provide one additional message for Sagittarius. Just going to have patience and wait for this card to come out. I'm not going to rush it. I want it to be authentic for you. See, that hasn't happened in a while, actually. Normally I'm very clumsy with the cards and I'm usually dropping quite a few. Oh, here's your card. All right. It says there is a stream of love supporting your dreams. So again, I very much feel that this is you being reminded that you are supported as far as what dreams you are attempting to manifest during the 2020 year. And I do feel very much so that what it is that you're attempting to manifest is very much you attempting to manifest something that you're passionate about, right? Something that you really see a lot of value in for yourself, and something that you very much see a lot of value in for others. So very exciting reading. Very happy to take the time out to do this reading here today. I would like, oh, sorry guys. I'd like to take a second just to thank each and every single one of you who watch these videos. I apologize if you notice the loud water sound in the background. In the room here, I had to set up in my son's room today. We have a small house, so I kind of just go wherever I can to get peace and quiet. And this is where it happened to be today, so I'm here, and he has a fish tank, and I thought, oh, well, this is great. The water's going to be calming and relaxing, and I'm hoping it wasn't too loud. I contemplated whether or not I should unplug the filter, but then I didn't want to kill his fish on Valentine's Day because that would just be so sad. All right, so I'm going to end the reading here. Like I say, thank you to each and every single one of you. I appreciate you all, everyone who's coming to watch these videos on a regular basis. I'm really enjoying seeing this community of people who seem to very much want to support each other. I find it very vitalizing and revitalizing and energizing and ambitious, and just overall I'm getting some really nice feedback as well, so I appreciate that. So if you haven't already and you'd like to come back from week to week, please remember to click on like and subscribe.